Hello दोस्तों, my name is Saurabh. In this particular video, I am going to discuss what are the process states in an operating system. As we discussed in the earlier video, what is process and what are the different internal parts of a process. In this video, we will share you that what is the states in which process has to go through, right? So there are multiple states. So generally, you can consider there are 4 states if everything goes well. But in an advanced system, if you are adding some more functionalities, there are some more states also possible. We will discuss them also. Let's discuss. So this is your first state of a process, start. S-T-A-R-T, start. At this state, some people consider that this is a place where process has been created, but the process is not created, right? Process is about to create, but process is not created. So this state is from the secondary memory actually, not from the first memory, not from the actually main memory. This is from the secondary memory. Start. Process is about to create, right? Process is not yet created, but process is about to create. Now come to the next state, which is ready, right? What is ready state? A ready state says when a process is created, it come under the category of a ready state, right? So this is a point where process is created. At this point, the process has been created and come inside the main memory, right? So once the process is created, if everything is okay, that process is taken by the CPU and the process state changed, and now it is considered as in the running state, right? If process do not want any input output operation, or if everything goes smoothly, then we forward the process to the next level, which is the last terminate, right? This is your completion state. This is your completion. At this point, the process has been completed, right? If somebody asks you, what are the minimum number of states a process has to go through, right? What are the minimum number? So there are 4 states which are minimum required for a process to execute by the CPU. Process has to go through by these 4 steps. Without any one of them, process is not going to execute. First, the process come under the category of a ready. From the ready state, it come into the running, and then from running to the terminate. As far as this much is concerned, we are considering a non-preemptive system. In a preemptive system, we can switch back a process if some high priority process comes, right? That is also possible. But in the case of a non-preemptive system, preemptive system, we can consider. There are 2 types of actually system can be possible: preemption and non-preemption. Preemption mean if some high priority process come, I will remove you. Even if you are at a running state, I will remove you if we are following the preemption policy, right? In a non-preemption system, I will not stop you from running state. If you come inside the running state or execution mode, I will not take you from there, right? So in a preemptive system where a process can be taken, we can take that process if some high priority person and put them inside the ready state, right? Suppose a process wants to do some input output operation. So process goes to the input output operation. This is the state. This is known as a waiting state. In some books it is also written as a blocked state. Blocked state, right? So this is about the waiting or a blocked state. After the because at this stage internally process is executing its input output operation, right? That is clear. So this is a diagram. This is a basic diagram. You can consider this is if you consider the input output operation, there is one more stage which is known as a blocked or a waiting state. Suppose a process with the high priority come, because it is possible that high priority process can come and ask the CPU that execute me. I have the high priority. You cannot say that your ready queue is filled. In case of this place, this ready queue is filled. There is no space available in the ready queue. What will you do? What will the CPU do? What will be the, not CPU, what will be the operating system do? Operating system will simply swap out some processes which are having the lower priority, right? As we know, in a multi-programming scenario, there can be multiple processes in the ready queue, and due to the multiple processes, and we want to achieve higher degree of a multi-programming, we try to fill the ready queue, right? And in case of some high priority process come, so we simply swap out some lower priority to the suspended list. This is known as a suspended list, right? This is known as suspended list. Suspended list, or you can say suspended state or suspended queue, right? At this state, process is swapped out, and once the space is available in the ready queue, we simply swap in this process again into the ready state, right? So far so good. This is your blocked state. Suppose a process which we are discussing that a high priority comes from the ready queue, so we swap out some processes to the suspended list and forward that process to the running. That is good. Suppose this waiting or a blocked list is also full. This is also full. So in case of that, we also maintain another blocked or suspended blocked. Suspended blocked. And so from this suspended block list, process can go resume or go back to the waiting. But this is scenario where we don't have this list. If we have this list, we simply forward that process to the suspended ready queue, and from there we can forward the process to the ready, and where it can come into the stream of a execution, right? So this is a basic diagram of a process states. There are minimum 4 states are required, and max to max we need 7-8 states, right? So this is all about the process states. The term, there is a very important term like scheduler. Scheduler is responsible for taking process from one state to the another state. There are 3 types of scheduler: short-term scheduler, long-term scheduler, and medium-term scheduler. What is short-term scheduler? Taking the process from the ready state to the running state is the responsibility of a short-term scheduler, right? And for taking the process from the start, or you can say the secondary memory, and taking or create the process is the responsibility of a long-term scheduler, right? Keep this in mind. The long-term scheduler is the responsible for taking the process from the secondary memory or a program to the secondary memory and make it process. Taking a program from the secondary memory and make a process of it. This is about the long-term scheduler. And long-term scheduler is also responsible for degree of a multi-program. Keep note of this. No, multi-programming is what we are putting as many as possible processes in a ready queue. This ready queue. So this is the responsibility of a long-term scheduler, that how many processes should be reside in the ready queue. Suppose if there are 100 processes can reside in the ready queue, the degree of a multi-programming will be 100. That is about the long-term scheduler. Short-term scheduler is already discussed, that process taken from the ready queue and puts inside the running, where the CPU is executing that process. So that is known as a short-term scheduler. And all these tasks, suspended list, suspended block list, and take it in, swap in, swap out, all these operations are done by medium-term scheduler. So this is all about the scheduler. Suppose if somebody asks you which scheduler is having the more involvement in this process states, the higher involvement will be of a short-term scheduler. It has the highest involvement. After the short-term scheduler, we have a medium-term scheduler, and the last is long-term scheduler, because this is the state who take the processes from the secondary memory and put inside the ready queue. Its job has been done, and once this job is done, then short-term scheduler and the medium-term scheduler take the responsibilities as per their given to them, right? So this is about the scheduler and the different process states. I hope I have delivered what I supposed to deliver. Keep watching, keep learning. Do not forget to give your genuine feedback in the comment section. Thank you.